Once upon a time, there was a man who was a rather miserable sort of chap. Everything seemed to go wrong. Right through his life, he just had a string of bad luck. Everything he seemed to do either collapsed or broke or just went wrong. He lived in a miserable little house where the rain came through the roof. The weeds grew all through his garden. He hardly had any friends, and he never found a wife. He was just a very miserable, unlucky sort of man. In fact, he came to believe that he was the unluckiest man in the world. And he became quite proud of the fact that he was the most unluckiest man in the world. And if anyone asked him who he was, he would say, "I'm the unluckiest man in the world." But one day he began to think, why is it that I'm so unlucky? And he decided to go to the end of the world and ask God why he'd made him so unlucky. So he packed his cap and set out. He came to a grassed plain surrounded by wooded areas and waterways. He could hear in the woods the sound of wolves gathering for the dusk. As it was near evening, he crept around looking for shelter for the night and found a cave. While his eyes were still adjusting to the dark, helped by a fire that he was lighting, he suddenly became aware of two eyes glowing in the dark, watching him. Was there not a wolf in the cave with him? He looked at the wolf and noticed that it had one ear up and one ear down. Its fur was tatty and matted. His ribs were sticking out. He was a miserable specimen of a wolf. And the wolf said to him, "Who are you? Where are you going?" And said, "I'm the unluckiest man in the world, and I'm going to the edge of the world to see God and ask him why he made me so unlucky." "That's amazing. While you're talking to God, would you ask him for me why I'm like this, why I feel so weak?" The man said, "Why don't you come with me? We could travel together and I could ask my question and you could ask yours." I don't think I can. I don't think I could make it. I'm too weak. You ask for me." The man agreed, and next morning started off again, and he walked for a week and a month and a year and a day, and he came to a wooded area, and in a clearing there was amongst the other trees a miserable little tree with just a few branches and only a few leaves on each branch. As the man came up, leaves fell off the branch. The tree said, "Hello, dear. Who are you? And where are you going?" The man said, "I'm the unluckiest man in the world, and I'm going to meet God to ask him why I'm so unlucky." "Oh, that's amazing. Look, while you're there talking to God, you couldn't ask for me why I can't seem to grow. Look at all the other trees around me. I try and I try, but I can't even keep my leaves on, let alone grow. Could you please ask him for me?" "Well, you could come with me and we could travel together, and you could ask your question and I could ask mine." "Hello, I'm a tree. I'm rooted to this spot. I'm not going anywhere. Will you ask for me, please?" "All right," said the man. And he set off again. And he walked for a week and a month and a year and a day. And he came to a beautiful valley. And at the end of the valley there was a little cottage, a beautiful little cottage, with a picket fence around it, trees and flowers in the front garden, smoke whisked from the chimney, and by the gate there was a beautiful woman who waved to him and beckoned him to her. She said, "Who are you? And where are you going?" I'm the unluckiest man in the world." "Really? That's very interesting." She opened the gate. "Come in and tell me all about it." She took him inside, gave him something nice to eat with a hot drink, and listened to every word that came out of his mouth. It was a lovely little cottage, a lovely, cosy, comfortable sort of house. "Where are you going?" she said. I'm going to meet God. I'm going to ask him why he makes me so unlucky." "Listen, while you're there, could you ask something for me?" "What is it, dear?" "Well, the thing is, I'm alone such a lot of the time that I'm so lonely. Could you find out why I'm so lonely?" So the man set out and walked for a week and a month and a year and a day. He came to the very end of the world. And there at the very end of the world was God. The man walked straight up to God and said, "Everything that ever happened to me has gone wrong. Everything." And he started going through his list. And when I was 5, this happened, and when I was 7, this happened, right through to when I was an adult. He went through his list of complaints and said, "I want to know why you made me so unlucky. What have I done to deserve all this bad luck?" When he'd said his piece, God said, "You know, your problem is not that you're so Unlucky? It is so, said the man. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. No, no, it's not that you are so unlucky. Your problem is that you're stupid. Stupid? Yes. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No. Yes, yes, yes. It wasn't exactly the response he was hoping to hear. Look, God said, the thing is, even from the first moment I made you from the very best that I had. I've surrounded you and your life with possibilities and opportunities and beauty and other people, things to see, things to discover, but you have insisted to say over and over again, I'm the most unluckiest person. It makes me sick. Would you pull yourself together and look around you and see what's there? If you would just look for your luck would be very different. Take the opportunities that come along. The man staggered away. He was shocked. He was about to leave, and God said, just a minute. Just a minute. Did you not say you would ask some questions for some others? Oh, yes, said the man. God whispered in his ear, and the man set off again. And he walked for a week and a month and a year and a day. He came back to the green valley where there was the little cottage and the woman at the gate. It seemed as if she'd been waiting for him. You're back. You're back. Come in. Come in. This time she had a whole meal set out. There were candles lit. The fire was going. He sat down and told her all about the whole thing. She said, so, did you meet God? I did, said the man. Did you ask your question? I did. Apparently I'm not unlucky at all. You're not? No, I'm just a little bit stupid. But I'm learning. Did you say stupid? Yes, but I'm learning. Did you remember to ask for me? Yes, I did. God said the only reason that you're lonely is because you've been on your own for so long. You see, God said if you keep your eyes open and look out for the first man that comes along and you ask him to marry you, it's going to work out perfectly. God said that it's going to be marvellous. He said the first man that you meet and you ask this, you'll get married and you'll be so happy. She bent over the table and said, the first man? Well, you're the first man. I don't suppose you would marry me." The man was amazed. She was absolutely gorgeous. Her cottage was gorgeous, the food fantastic, and she listened to everything he said. He looked around and imagined what it would be like to live with her in this place. He said, no, I can't. God said I must look my luck. I have to go and look out for my opportunities. He got up and went to the door and went out, and she slammed the door, sat down and said, "Men, what can you do?" So he walked for a week and a month and a year and a day, and came back to the wooded area. There in the forest was the little tree, still very much on death's door. "It's you. You're back. I'm so pleased to see you. Did you meet God?" "I did." "Did you ask God?" "I did. He said I'm not lucky at all. I'm just stupid." "You're stupid?" said the tree. "That's amazing. What do you do?" "Well, I've just got to look out for my luck, take the opportunities that come along." "Well, did you remember to ask for me?" "I did," said the man. "What did God say?" "He said the only reason you're like this and not growing is fate. Apparently, when you were a little seed, just planted in the ground, some robbers came out into the forest in the middle of the night and dug a big hole and put a huge treasure chest there, down in the hole, full of gold and silver and rubies and sapphires and emeralds and diamonds and coins. An absolute fortune of treasure down in your roots. And your roots, you see, just can't get down into the ground. It's a blockage in your roots, and apparently these robbers have forgotten all about the treasure and where it is. They don't want any more of it. And God said that if you can get somebody to come along and dig out the treasure, they can take it away and keep it, and you'd be able to start to grow and be like other trees around you. The tree was overjoyed. "That's fantastic. Oh, so that's why there's been a spade leaning against the tree over there. Please, get the spade. Please, come and dig out the treasure so that I can grow." And the man started to walk towards the spade, and then he stopped and thought. And then he said, No, I can't do this. I promised that I would look for my luck, take the opportunities that I find. So he turned in the opposite direction and began to walk away. The tree was left, and the man walked on. He walked for a week and a month and a year and a day. He came back to the green plains, found the cave, and there was the wolf. The wolf was leaning on one of his limbs. It was a sorry state. "Sir, it's you. You're back. Did you
manage to speak to God?
I did, said the man. I'm not unlucky at all. I'm just stupid.
You're stupid.
Yes, said the man. The wolf said,
Did you remember to ask for me?
I did. Apparently, the only reason you're weak and thin like this is because you need a good meal.
I do?
Said the wolf. Yes, you need to eat. God said to look out for the first stupid man that comes along and you'll be fine. The wolf looked at him in amazement and said,
Did you say stupid man?
I did, said the man. The first stupid man that comes along, you eat him up and you'll be fine. And so the wolf ate him.